Hi, my name is Prince Wonder, MD1 The Fund. Welcome back to our midweek live analysis with Prince Wonder. Now, as usual on the program, we're always looking at the financial markets, trying to get into the crypto forex market to see what the market is likely going to do from here and how we are going to be reacting to that. Now, remember, this is just my own perspective about the market, or rather, I say what I see as I see it. It's entirely up to you to decide how you're going to be using this information and take responsibility for it. All right, so back to the cryptocurrency market. Over the last couple of months, it's been a very exhausting, boring period trying to trade crypto because it's been one consolidation after another consolidation after another consolidation, and it's just been dragging on and on and on like that. Now, if you noticed, basically since May, the market has been in one range after another range. We ranged between 32 and 28,000 in May up until June. We broke below that, and since then we've been trading between 24,000 and $18,000. We've been trading within this range, and it's just not coming to an end, and it's actually very difficult to predict the market when it seems like there's just too much confusion in the market. Now, my own outlook on the market is mostly about trying to see what other traders are doing in the market or trying to get a perspective on the psychology of other traders in the market and trying to see what exactly they're going to do next from there. And this whole consolidation thing has actually made it very difficult because the longer the consolidation lasts, the more confusion there is in the market, and it is much harder to predict how people are going to react, at least especially in the long term. But on a short term basis, it's probably maybe a little better until we get back down to 18K, and then we have the possibility of the market having that bearish continuation or a full break of what 2 year low, because this market has not dropped below 18K since, okay, we have 1 year plus. The market went above 18K back in November 2020 and would not dropped below that since. So basically, it's just a few months, and it looks like we're going to be having a new low for BTC. We just don't know when that is going to happen. And so whenever we retest this $18,000 range, it basically just makes it harder to read the market because the sentiments are usually just 50-50. We're going to break it, we're not going to break it. I see a lot of analysis and a lot of predictions pointing out to, say, a bounce to 24, 32K. But then at the same time, it still looks like we're very much going to break below 18,000 and then go down to as low as $14,000. So I just want to give a short outlook on my own perspective as to what's happening here. Now, on the short term, the market is really trying to defend our $18,000 range, and it really looks like it's doing a very good job. But every single time we push up, you see the strong sell that always follows that uptrend, right? And then whenever we're at the support, the market really just consolidates and tries not to break it, which is what we always see whenever we retest our $18,000 range. So the market really just consolidates and basically usually just absorbs most of that sell pressure on there. And recently, you see we've been at 18K, trading around 18 and 20K. And if you see that the sell pressure is usually a lot more when the market is coming down than when it is actually trying to go up. It's actually much harder for the market price to move up than it is for it to come down. In as much as bulls are actually defending this are 20 $18,000 range, I actually think we're not going to hold it indefinitely. It's just a temporary measure, and as soon as the market breaks below $18,000, we're not coming back up. Yeah. So all we have to do to confirm our bearish continuation is a break below 18K, and that's that. But until then, we could literally just scalp this market between 18 and $19,600. So on the short term, you can scalp. If the market manages to break above 21K, we switch our buy, or rather, I'm going to be switching my bias to a buy on the short term. But until then, full bearish. Yeah. Now on a weekly time frame, I also pointed out a lower high trend. I think this is like the fourth time I've pulled up this RSI chart, and a lower high trend on the RSI signifying a decrease in buy pressure as the market price is going up. Remember, we had a double top, or rather, on this, we had a bearish divergence when the market made its second top at $66,000, forming a bearish divergence, which basically led to this whole sell situation. Now, right now, you see that lower high trend has actually continued, and that trend line is actually acting as a resistance for price. Now, on our previous last 2 weeks analysis, I mentioned that this trend line would be acting as a resistance, and if we broke above it, it means a difference, a switch in trend, and the market would likely continue to trend upwards, probably all the way up to $30,000. But we've not managed to do that yet. Okay. Now, on the flip side as well, there's also a bullish divergence on price on the RSI, although not fully confirmed yet, but there's a bullish divergence on the RSI. But that doesn't mean we've bottomed out yet. That doesn't mean we've bottomed out yet. So we really just want to see signs that this market has actually bottomed out before we want to go full bullish, or at least a recovery during this bear market. We're not out of the bear market yet, but we could really see a short-term recovery for price while the market is going down. We usually term it alternate coin season, yeah, where ALTs have their time to shine. The market just recovers a little bit, everybody goes home happy. Personally, I'm hoping we'll see one of such seasons as the year comes to a close. But if we don't, well, we'll continue to enjoy the market regardless. Okay, so now that's that for BTC. On the short term, there's a likely reversal for price, probably back to 19. Let's start from 19.1, 19.2. So probably $400 price increase for BTC. So we could really just take that short buy for Bitcoin. You see, this is the thing with the market not moving or ranging. It really just doesn't provide any decent um, margins to trade with. It's usually just very short. And since the range Bitcoin is trading or consolidating within is actually very small, it just makes it a little more uninteresting to trade it. Now, but that doesn't mean everything is bad. We could actually look into the rest of the alternate coins and try to see which ones we could be taking a buy on. Okay, so if you've been following my analysis, you know I trade ICP a lot. So it's just to follow up on what price is doing and where we're likely to go from here. And okay, now it looks like we're at a short-term support here, but doesn't look like the market's price has bottomed out yet. But we could actually take a short-term buy from here. I think the RSI supports this, or at least the RSI supports it. So we could take a short-term buy from here, just back to this resistance. Like I said, short-term. So just a pullback, probably going to have a bearish continuation eventually. But we could take that short-term buy and see, yeah. So we could gamble that 2% on the short-term buy. At least we have a ratio 1:1.69. So short-term buy, bearish continuation, or you could just wait for the sell, total sell, and then take a buy from there. But if Bitcoin actually has that recovery, like I mentioned, then it's most likely going to happen here. Okay, so Solana. By the way, guys, you all know we always have take your analysis, so you could send them in the group, and as soon as I'm done looking into this, we'll get into those. All right. Okay, so it looks like we have the same setup here. Could see some short-term pullbacks across the board for several alternate coins based on what I'm seeing. There's a short-term, there's a divergence here that we could really just capitalize on. So, yeah. So, we could trade this for Solana, just a 3% move. These are just short-term trades. On a mid-term, long-term, these analysis usually have been a little messy recently. Plus, the market still looks like it could drop a little more. It doesn't look like we've bottomed out yet. Same thing with ICP that we looked into. It doesn't look like the markets have bottomed out yet, but it could be a short-term correction for price. So this analysis is simply on that short-term correction and not a mid-long-term move. So this probably is going to play out between now and tomorrow, give or take. You get a result, whether it's good or bad. The market will decide. Okay, so let me look into one more. Avax. Now let's look into DOT. Okay. It would have been nice to catch it down here, but still not too far gone though. Okay. I think the risk to reward on this is going to be good. Let's see. Okay, more 1.3. Not good enough for me, but manageable. So this probably would have that same pullback that we looked into. The reversal from this zone was what I was trying to confirm with this price action here. So we could actually see a short-term reversal on DOT as well. I wouldn't be trading this since the RR isn't good, at least for me. So I just look for. All right, so let's switch to the forex market. See what's happening there. The US dollar has been crippling literally everything in the market recently and made it interesting to trade. Personally, I actually gave up on personally I gave up on trying to trade Euro USD. The market price keeps falling deeper and deeper, and that's not actually the problem. The problem is finding support to trade or to buy at. That's actually the problem. And you see, we've really been really hitting that oversold region a lot, like really deep in. So it's just crazy. I think I pointed out a support that we were supposed to buy at. Yeah, at 9.4. Okay, yeah, this was last week's analysis. Now, on the weekly time frame, you see the sell, and it's really not good. Basically, we have the same lower high trend that we had on BTC. If you've been following, you notice BTC and the forex market really have had a lot of correlations recently, or over the last couple of years. There have been a lot of correlations between forex and crypto, and really, if you're looking into the forex market, you get a lot of insight as to how Bitcoin is also going to react as well. They've been working, or rather, the price actions have started to seem a lot similar than ever before. So we've also had the same lower high trend, signifying a decrease in buy pressure in the market, and we just keep hitting that deeper and deeper. And if you look at price, you'd also notice this as well. Now, this is so bad because it's on the weekly time frame. Do you know how hard it is to maintain this market below 50 on the RSI on the weekly time frame? It's a serious sell. It's crazy. So now we have to go back to say 2000 and before to find support and resistance to trade Euro USD. And on the short term, which really is the only way we can trade right now or trade this right now, it's just almost impossible to find support and resistance for the current market price because we decided to go back to 1980 something before we come back to the current market price. Really, we should just trade something else. So on the midterm for really, okay, let me say this for Euro USD. It's massively oversold. It's massively oversold, and as such, we are expecting a correction, a bounce back for price, but we don't know when for certain. The market is just going to do what it's going to do. Personally, I'm just marking out key support levels on the weekly time frame and trying to see what the market is going to do at those levels. Now, so personally, I usually just trade GBP USD, GBP JPY, Euro JPY. At least their price ranges are manageable. Okay, not GBP USD, sorry. Honestly, finding support and resistance has made FX trading a bit boring recently. See for GBP CHF, we have to come back to 1973's price action in order to find support and resistance to trade with. Um, Although I just thought about something that I've not actually thought about using a very long time. Fibonacci. Okay. I've actually not used Fibonacci in a very long time, so this might actually be a decent time to apply it to my charts again. Yeah, let me backtest on this and then I'll get you guys. We'll see on the next session if it's likely to be usable. Okay, so let's do this. Mark out this range. I think it's more likely to drop it down here. So let's mark out this range and for now, let's flip the market between here and here because we've had a strong sell, no doubt, recovered a little bit, and the market has actually started to consolidate here. There's no clear direction yet. On the 1 hour RSI, we look like we're going to head up. On the 4 hour RSI, actually looks like we're going to head up, but we didn't actually retest any base support that we call a downtrend breakout, pull up, retest, kind of bullish continuation. So for now, we could really just scalp the market between these two zones. Yeah, buy here, sell there. So okay, so that's GBP, JPY. So It's going to be our last analysis for today. This one looks easy enough. Um, okay, so yeah, like I said, this one looks easy enough. So drop support, broke down, came back up, consolidating there, and then we're right here right now. Although the market looks like it's trying to break below, but clearly that's no longer the case. So we could really just take that gamble there, place our stop below those candles, take profits at this point. You could actually push it a lot higher, but just to be safe, take profits will be here. You could push it all the way up here if you can wait, but if you can't, just place your TP here. We're most certainly going to get here if the market pushes up as much as I expect. So that's the distance 105 pips. That's 1 pip stop loss. Just give it a few days and you could go and cash out. All right, guys. So if there are no analysis requests, this is all we're going to be looking at for this week. So the
Boss,
market, uh,
boss, sorry, please can we take a look at GBP
GBP.
AUD?
Okay, okay. Okay, so I don't really trade GBP AUD. Okay, so consolidation March up until August. Well, if I was trading this market, I probably have made a lot of money off of this consolidation. All right, so consolidation March until August broke, retested it still in August, broke below, consolidated a little bit here. And then it broke down, strong sell too. So basically, we actually dropped to a what 5 year low since 2017. Price hasn't actually retested the support. And luckily, there was actually a quick recovery for price. Basically, that was actually the market didn't even close there. So there was a quick recovery for price, and now we're back at this resistance. I personally don't think we're going to break this resistance though. I don't think we're breaking that
Yeah, but
resistance.
I actually have the same bias that we might not break that resistance, or if we do
Yeah,
break the resistance, we come back for a retest into that range. Not that first one you marked out, the second one beneath it. Exactly that second one beneath it. That small one.
wait, this here,
Yes, that small one. We come back for a retest at
yeah,
it
we could
before
actually
we
see like a spike above this level. Yeah, we may just touch somewhere here,
yeah, exactly.
somewhere here, but I don't actually see any strong move enough to push back
At
up
all.
here. Usually the amount of
There's not even enough bullish like tendencies because it's very, very
yeah,
bearish.
yeah, I don't see enough interest in the market to actually push it back above this zone, considering the amount of effort the market took not to break this zone. Um, so probably we might actually see that push back up here, but not higher than this zone, and then maybe consolidate a little bit or even drop all the way back here because in actual truth we've not actually bottomed out here, we just kissed it and went back up. And usually whenever the market has opened that part for price, it usually just follows it, kind of like a gap, right? It usually just follows it, so we
It's
may
kind
play
of
around. You said
I said kind of like a gap.
yes, it usually just follows that roadmap back down. But on the short term, we could actually see some interesting price action. Maybe come up here, but it's
It is
shifting.
form of breakout here also.
Which,
On the 1 hour, on this 1 hour here, like a triangle that just broke out higher.
you mean this?
Exactly, exactly. So we could just see it like push finally higher since it would like
Mm,
to respect it. So
on the 1 hour chart, I don't know, I actually see that momentum coming in yet. Even if we're going to go up, we're not going up beyond this area here.
that
So
high,
even if
okay.
even if I'm going to push up, it's just going to be about 50 pips. Yeah, 50, 70 pips, give or take. So to be on the safer side, I might actually even wait and take a sell from up there rather than take a buy
Yeah,
from here.
I'm only interested in the sales also. The buy is like a trap for me. Maybe they not
Exactly.
carry my money go where I don't know.
Telling you. Okay, so that's that for GBP AUD. Anyone else with an analysis with a pair they want us to look into? Okay, so thank you guys. The video will be up on YouTube, say before 12 p.m. So you could actually go over the analysis if you choose. And if you have any questions, of course, you can ask. Thank you for coming out. See you Wednesday next week.
Thank you, boss.
Yes, sir.